Hi, I'm Sarah Millsop. As one of your Craftober projects, I'm going to show you a really fun bat and Halloween inspired necklace that you can create. You can use it as a necklace, a brooch, or just some really fun accessories for your Halloween parties. So what we're going to be doing is creating a wire wrapped necklace. Now I've put this onto a chain. You could even use ribbon, and you can probably make this from items that you have in your crafty stash. You're going to need a 1mm thick wire to form the shape of the bat. A thinner wire, so about between a 0.3 and a 0.5 thickness of your wire to create the webbed effect, a bead for your spider's body, and some wire or seed beads to create the spider's legs. So first of all, I've gone for a slightly different spider in this one. I'm going to create a round bead for the body, and we're going to create legs that will come out of the side. So I'm using my thinner wire to do this. This bead has quite a large hole, of course, because we're going to need the 8 legs for the spider. And I'm putting the wire through one side, coming back through on myself. And you can use your pliers to grab hold of this for some stability. Pulling that through, and that will give you a leg on either side of the spider. You can then trim that down like so. And I'm using my flat nose pliers to just give them a little bit of shape and a little hook on the end to make them slightly more realistic looking. Like so. If you need to trim them down any more, you can do. Make the foot slightly smaller on this one. And that's going to be our spider that's going to hang from the web for the bat. Now I'm going to use a thicker wire to create the form of the bat, like I said. So I've got a 1mm thick wire, about 60 centimetres of it here. You will need your round nose pliers for this as well. And I'm going to start right at the very base, and I'm going to create a loop. So I'm going to hold it about 1 centimetre from the top of my pliers and create a loop on the very bottom. This will be the very base of our bat, and you'll need to head over to the Create and Craft blog where you'll find the template for the bat that you can follow. Once you've printed that out, you'll have a form that you can follow at home, and you'll take your round nose pliers, place it on top of the template, and where you have a corner or a bend, hold with your round nose pliers, and you'll twist the wire down to give you the right angles and the right curves. So line it up with your template and bend around. What you can do is neaten up and tighten some of these bends after you have completed your shape. So if I complete one of these wings, I'll show you how to get a really nice neat edge. What you can also do is freeform your own designs. You could use a pumpkin shape, you could create a spider's web, you could create a ghostly-like figure. It's entirely up to you. What I'm going to give you here are the techniques that you'll need. So you'll start following your template like so. I'm just going to give that one a slight bend in. And to create the top curve of the wing itself, I'm just going to use my finger to give it a slightly softer curve inwards. I would like these to be a little bit sharper, so I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and just pinch those edges. So take your time to perfect your shape and how you would like it to sit. And like I said, head over to the blog and you will get your template to be able to follow and start creating. To give a slightly softer effect on the head here, I'm also just going to use my finger to mould that around. So you'll continue all the way to the end and create a little loop at the bottom so that we can actually connect the two sides together. And as you can see here, I've got the bat shape all finished. So I'm now going to wrap it with the thinner wire and start creating our little web effect. So I want to join the two at the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is take the tail of the wire and wrap it round a couple of times. And the tighter you pull this wire, so this is a 0.5mm thickness. We've got them on lots of different spools, coloured spools on the website. So if you do need to get hold of some, you can create some really fun, colourful projects. So once you've secured the tail, this is going to be the bottom, you can just have fun and free form wrap around the bat. So you want to secure top to bottom and the edges. Don't pull it too tightly because you'll end up misshaping and misforming the bat design. And I've actually cut my wire into 4 or 5 different lengths so that I can use them in smaller quantities at once. Let's put some around the head here as well. When you're getting towards the end of your wire, you're going to need to secure it just like we did at the beginning. So I'm going to take that tail of the wire, wrap it around a couple of times to secure, like so, and then trim it nice and neatly. Try and take the tail to the back of the necklace and trim, and if you need to, you can use your flat nose pliers to just pinch that around and make sure that it's not sharp, so it's going to be nice and comfortable to wear. And we'll do the same down at the bottom here as well. So I'm going to carry on with a few different lengths and make sure that I can get the effect that I would like. Like I said, don't pull it too tightly or you will misshape your form, but enough so that we've got a nice little pattern in the spider's web. Okay, so the more your bat starts to take shape, keep on going until you're happy with it, but the more it starts to take shape, the more wire you're going to have for pieces to hold on to. Just try to concentrate on areas that are a little bit more sparse, make sure you fill them up, try and get a reasonably even effect. And as you can see, every now and again, I'm just taking note of the form, making sure I haven't misshapen it too much. And you can always add beads to embellish these as well. If you would like to add more of a sparkle or more colour, you can obviously match these with your Halloween outfits and have lots of fun with it. So I'm going to leave this piece that I created up at the top here as the web that we will hang the spider from. So I'm just going to lose this middle piece through here and cut that off. So I want to suspend the spider, so I'm going to loop the wire down through these sections at the back. We just want it to go through one of the little leg sections, pulling that wire through, and we'll create a little loop to suspend it from. Just going to lift it ever so slightly so we have a little bit of space. And this will also mean that your spider is going to be suspended in the right direction as well. We'll loop that on at the back. Give that a little twist. The nice thing is with wire it's very forgiving, so you can always hide some of your fastenings, some of your secure little twists. So long as you end up with the result that you're happy with, there's no right or wrong with your wire. So he's going to suspend from the top there. I'll pinch that together, get it nice and tight. And trim off that little bit of excess. And then we're ready to create our necklace. So you will need some findings for this. So I've got a couple of jump rings, I've got a lobster claw clasp, and 2 lengths of chain. You could also use ribbon. Like I said, some of the items in your crafty stash you'll probably find are perfect for this. This might be your first attempt at jewellery making, so it's a really fun one to begin with. You could just thread it straight onto ribbon, that'd be absolutely fine. But I'm going to use my chain and jump rings here. So I've twisted open a jump ring. I'm just going to add the chain onto the end of that, and I'm going to link it through in between a couple of pieces of the wire. So that's going to be nice and secure, that's going to stay in place and the bat won't actually move. And then I'm going to twist that jump ring shut and that will suspend one side of my necklace, and we'll do the same on the other side. So with your jump rings, they have a little split in them. You just twist it to open, add your chain, and try and go for symmetry on the other side, so about the same spot. And that way it will hang in the same place. Twist to secure. You'll feel them rub together, the two ends, so you know it's nice and secure. And then we just need to add our clasp up at the top. So again, one side will have a jump ring and a clasp, and the other will be just our jump ring. There we go, and hopefully you'll have lots of fun with your Halloween projects. You can colour coordinate them for your outfits, you can create lots of different effects, and hopefully you'll have fun with your Halloween jewellery.